Hi guys, Steve here, back to movie chats. Hope everybody's well. I wanted to pop on and do a pickup video for majority of April, because obviously we've not been showing them on the lives. I've got some cool bits, I've got some random bits, but I wanted to try and get a video together so that you guys could see it all. First thing, obviously, I've got my city top. This was off my wife for my birthday, so thank you very much. But yeah, let's hit the intro. Okay guys, welcome back. So yeah, it's been a bit of a busy month this month, to be honest. I think it was obviously with the birthday, my birthday mid-month, and picking up some bits around that time. They're not all Blu-rays, there's a few random bits as well. I've been doing a lot of shopping recently on Whatnot. For those of you that know, obviously Car Boot Chris, I've been getting some bits off him. If there's something I haven't mentioned, Chris, I do apologise. But yeah, so we'll run through a few bits first. So this week's Whatnot, I picked up a t-shirt from Chris, which is this one, which is Bubblegum Shrimp, New York, which is a really cool t-shirt. He did say he was expecting me to bid on that one, so I did anyway. For those of you who know, obviously we've got a good friend, Jeff, who's Santa, and he managed to get a Thor hammer that I was desperately after, so well done for that one, mate. I hope you enjoy it. One of the things that Chris did, though, is he sent me a box with this t-shirt, because he was having a rummage through some of his DVDs. So he asked me which ones I fancied. So he got some together for me very kindly. So I'll run through them quickly. So we've got the Creature Comforts. He knows I'm a fan of this stuff. So he's put them together for me. And also, this was a nice bonus, the Aardman Classics. So I'm looking forward to that one. This one I definitely didn't pick, but I know he knows I like this sort of movie, which is a bit of a B movie. So this one is Armageddon of the Dead. This is right on my alley for comedy, really, which is what I asked for, which is Police Squad. I loved this growing up, so I'm looking forward to watching them again. He knows I'm a bit of a fan of a steelbook, even though it's DVD. This one's a pretty cool one, which is the Rambo. So that's going to go in my collection. I did ask specifically for this, which is Mrs. Santa Claus. I'd never heard of it. Obviously got Angela Lansbury in it, so I'm looking forward to that. And another one he sent me, which I didn't ask for, which is the Living Terror Triple Edition. So these are cool movies. So I'm looking forward to. I've not seen The Nest, so I'm looking forward to giving that one a go, as you can see on there. So they're what he sent me along with my t-shirt. So thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate that. Go check him out. A couple of other things I won off him were some stickers from the 1991 Terminator 2. Now, obviously, I won't be opening these. It's a difficult one because I want to see what they're like. But when they've been packaged up like this since 1991, there's no way I'm opening them. And it's the same with the Supergirl ones. You know, I love this film growing up. Big fan of Superman and obviously Supergirl. These ones are 1984. Jesus. You know, really cool. Definitely will go in my collection. I did put them up here, but I need to find a permanent home for them, really. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. So thank you very much for that, Chris. Again, go check him out. He usually does it on a Wednesday on Whatnot. Usually around 7 o'clock-ish, I think. But I know he's not doing it for the next couple of weeks. But if you don't get a chance, try and save him as a seller. I think it's Chris_Carboot or Carboot_Chris. I should know that really, but never mind. A couple of other things I've picked up. I did pay up for these, but they're pretty cool. They were £3 each from the charity shop, which is the Wallace and Gromit ties. Now, obviously, I do love Wallace and Gromit, but these ones are St. Michael, Marks and Spencer. And this one is I think this is just Wallace and Gromit. So yeah. But yeah, cool ones. They're pretty cool. They're going to go in my collection. One of the things I found in a charity shop, which I was quite amazed by, was Jessica Rabbit. So I love Jessica. I love Jessica Rabbit, and obviously Roger Rabbit, the film. I would like to get the Roger Rabbit. I have got a collection up the top of Funko Pops, but this one is definitely one I was after, and I was well chuffed to pick that up. Okay, couple of other things. I'll start with these ones. So I popped into CEX, and for like £3 I've got the Series 7 of the Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Now, for anyone who watches the channel will know, I recently picked up Series 1 of Voyager, so that completes the Voyager set I've got. So I wanted to start with these, Deep Space Nine. These aren't massive amounts of money, to be fair. I think they're probably around £3, £4, £5 each. They are a bit more of a, take up a bit more space, you know, but if I can get them, I'll probably try and get them all in the same design. So that's one. Another little random one I picked up, which I found in a charity shop today, is the Spice Girls official photo album. Now, I remember having this in the 90s, 1997, but it's got all of the pictures in them. So I think I've pretty much checked it, and it's all complete. I was expecting it to be maybe worth a little bit of money. Probably around £15, maybe £15 to £20, but I paid £5 for it, and I think I'm probably going to keep it, because I remember seeing them live when I was younger, and I don't remember having this, so it's a bit of nostalgia for me. So that might go in my collection. Not a bad set. Then I picked up a couple of things from charity shops, which was the Series 12 of The Simpsons. I just like this cover. I'm not sure why they decided to have it so it did that. Doesn't make sense to me, but little man's trying to fight me for it, but he's definitely not having it, so that'll go in my collection. The Simpsons. One I've never heard of before, but it's a gripping Dazzler production. It's out by Dazzler, but it says it's gripping on the front, which is cuffs. It's obviously a UK made little TV series. It wasn't very much, so I'm going to give that a go, because I like these sort of programs. One that I was sort of forced into buying from CEX was Bill and Ted, The Most Excellent Collection, the exclusive Blu-ray only at HMV. The only reason that I got this is because the second film, I don't know if I can buy that separately on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure I can't. Now, I do have the other two on Blu-ray, so I'll probably trade them in. But when this third one was getting a release, I sort of hoped that I want to say Bogus Journey, maybe, I think it's the second one, that would come out on Blu-ray, because I had the first one, but I couldn't find the second one anywhere. So when I saw this in CEX, I was picking that up. Another one from a charity shop, actually, is Robert Downey Jr. in Chaplain. Now, I like Robert Downey Jr. Obviously, he's a good actor. I've never seen this, and some of Chaplin's work, I do like watching a few of his films, so I'm hoping that's pretty good. One for the childhood, which again is over that way, all my stuff up there, is Iron Man, the complete series. Only a couple of quid, it didn't cost me a lot of money. Obviously I remember watching this when I was younger, so as soon as I spotted this, I was picking it up. Only thing that's annoyed me a little bit is the disc. One of the discs is loose on the inside, which I might need to try and find an alternative case, but happy with that. A couple for the 4K collection. I picked up Tenon. Now, this is a good movie. It's one of those movies that you have to keep thinking about. I've watched it a few times now. It's not my favourite one of them, but it's one that I'm looking forward to watching in 4K. One I spoke about on the channel a few weeks back, which is Megan. Say a few weeks, probably last week it was. I've been looking forward to this movie. I never saw it at the cinema, obviously I don't get to go there very often. It is with slipcover for those people in the groups that like the slipcover, and it's a thin one as well, which is cool. I thought it was okay. I felt like the premise had been done a few other times in other movies to a degree, but it's a modern twist on it. It's okay. It might grow on me through time, but I definitely sat down and watched this, but I had, I think, higher expectations than probably I got on it, to be honest. Another one I found, About a Boy. Now, I had this on DVD. I don't think I've ever owned it on Blu-ray. I like the soundtrack on it. Obviously, the good actors in it as well. The young kid, if I remember rightly, is, what's he called? Is it Tony Collette? I remember him from a few things recently. But yeah, good movie. Check it out. One I'm looking forward to looking at is The Killing. So I picked this up again only for a few quid. 2 series in it. Read the back of it. It seems quite suspenseful. It does say BAFTA winners international, best international award for British Academy BAFTA winner. So I'm hoping it's good. So I'm going to give that one a go. One I've never heard of before. I was sort of contemplating whether or not it'd be worth something at CEX, but I don't think it is one called Widows. By the sounds of it, it's what's it say on there? Can they finish the job that killed their husbands, rob the richest security van in England? So yeah, it might be a good idea to watch. I like those sort of programs. One that came in, there's a few here that just came in sort of bundles with other ones, because you know, if I go to a charity shop, it's 6 for 2 quid or 2 for £1 or whatever. The Herbs. Now my wife reckons she remembers this. I don't particularly remember it too much. I'm gonna have a look at it, but I'm not sure about that one. Another one that was on that sort of deal was it was Arnold Schwarzenegger in Hercules in New York. Now apparently this has been badly dubbed, but I'm going to give it a try. Like the earlier Arnie movies, but I mean, this looks really terrible, so I'm hoping I enjoy it. Jet Li in Once Upon a Time in China. It says it's a trilogy. I like the Jet Li movies, so we'll see what that one pans out like. All Quiet on the Western Front. Now I love the latest version of this. So when this popped up in one of the charity shops, I was going to pick it up and give it a go. So that's another one. A few more. I'm a sucker for special editions, as many of you will know. And I saw these lingering about in Sue Ryder. Again, 2 for £1, which is, I'm sure this is probably should have a sleeve on the top. This is E.T., the 2-disc collector's edition, which opens out like that. It's pretty cool. I have multiple copies of E.T., and this is a Region 1, as I found out when I got home. But I just like the design, and I thought that was pretty cool. It'll look good in a collection. Another one was a 3-disc special edition of Blackheart Bound. Good film. I'm looking forward to seeing what's on the other discs. Hoping it's interesting stuff. One movie I haven't got around to watching yet, which I picked up, which is The Purge, the Forever Purge. I've got the other Purge movies, but for whatever reason I haven't got this one. I know it's only DVD, but then when I'm paying sort of 20 to 25p for it, I was going to pick it up and give it a go. Next up was actually, because we've recently watched a homework, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I popped into one of the charity shops and they had My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. And now this particular charity shop I went into, it was like, they had this at price at 99p, I think it was. And she went, oh no, it's 2 for £1. Do you want to pick another one? And literally straight in front of me was that. So I was like, right, I'll pick it up and I'll give it a go, because neither me nor Steve have seen the second one. So I wanted to give that a try. A couple more from that same charity shop, actually. Fernandin, is it? I like these sort of animated movies. They're not worth anything. There's no sell-on value really with them. But when they're cheap enough, I'll pick them up. And this one caught me off guard a little bit. Is it Superior? It says on here, the horror masterpiece, one of the scariest movies of all time. Now, I picked this up on a similar deal, and when I went to, I did look at CEX, scanning it, and it's about £5 for them, and I think they sell it for 12 or 10, something like that. So for a DVD to have that sort of value on it, especially from CEX, means it's either really good or it's rare. So I picked that up, and I thought I'll see what it's all about. The definitive version of Dario Argento's horror masterpiece, uncut, uncensored, and remastered from the original negative. So we'll give that one a try. I'll do those ones last. A couple of things, again, same thing, it was 2 for £1. There was these 2 series, History Channel, Life After People, series 1 and 2. I think this looks pretty cool, to be honest with you, with the pictures on the back. I'd like to give these a go. To see sort of how nature takes over the earth, I would imagine. So I'm looking forward to them. Now, this one I know I'm going to get absolutely ribbed for. I know for Willow. I know Steve's going to absolutely thingy into me for this. But do you know what? It's fine, because there is a legitimate reason. So I went into one of the charity shops in Newark a few weeks back. And there was a bag of autistic like lanyards and stuff like that, and obviously you guys know I'm autistic, and so is everybody else in my family. And I said to the guy, look, how much is these lanyards? And he was like, we're giving away, well, he said, we're chucking it all away. I was like, what, why? He went, well, you know, we don't need it, so we're chucking it all away. And it was like, there must have been 100 pencils of autism awareness and all these sort of good stuff, and some ducks, which I'm hoping to sort of give away at some point, I think. And I sort of felt bad, so I was like, right, okay, so I had this massive bag of stuff, and I was like, right, I'll have a look at his DVDs. And there was a box set, and it was £3 for this box set, and it was 6 series. And I was like, right, okay, worst case scenario, I can trade it in at CEX. If it's a 6 series thing, I could probably get a £5-10 out of it, maybe. Turns out I was wrong. So I picked up this box set. So Steve, are you ready for this one? The Only Way is Essex, series 1 to 6. Right? Now, this is not my cup of tea, really. I do like my reality TV programs. I say reality, they're not reality. But this one I bought because of the autism stuff. And I was like, right, I'll buy something from him at least. And I scanned it in at CEX, and it's £2 at CEX. So I paid more in a charity shop for it. Now, the way I'm looking at it is this. Yes, it's another series to put on with my other stuff. But having said that, if for any reason I get a box set that the box is knackered, I've got a box that I can change it over. If one of the inserts is broken, I can change it with this one. So it's not all lost. And to be honest with you, like I said, if it stays in my collection, it stays in my collection. But it is not because I'm a fan of The Only Way is Essex. It's because I was trying to help out a charity shop, because they'd done me a favour. So that's that one. Couple more just odds and sods. Oasis Then and Now. Whoops. Now this one I'd never heard of, and I think if I remember rightly, it's out of stock at CEX, which is Stargate, The Ark of Truth and Continuum. Now, there's a few of you in the chat, and I know Steve's one of them. He's a Stargate fan. So if 2 feature-length movies. So if I don't get into it, I'm guessing it's the animated. Then I will probably pass this on to Steve if he wants it, if I don't. So that's that one. Another little thing I picked up, in a charity shop for £1 is this clip-on badge bookmark. 50 years of Star Trek. We all know we've got somebody in this chat that's a big Star Trek fan. But obviously it's a bookmark, so I'm not sure if he's going to use it because he only looks at books with pictures in. So if you want it, let me know, mate. Next up, the greatest superstars of the 21st century of WWE. Now, I do still watch it nowadays. To say I don't watch it anymore is a lie. But I was massively into wrestling when I was younger, especially around the Monday Night Wars, and then obviously before then. So I still like to watch it. I enjoy it. It's entertainment. But with this sort of thing, I thought I'll pick it up. Some of the classic wrestlers in there. So that's going in my collection. Another one for the collection is Picard Season 2. Now, I picked this up from Asda. They are still quite expensive, and I was like, oh, do I, don't I? And I think the reason why I thought, you know what, I will, is because of the sleeve on it. I was like, if I probably go to CEX or somewhere down the line, the chances are I probably won't have the sleeve. So I picked up that. So I'm still on I watched season 1. I'm still far behind on Picard, but obviously every man and his dog's talking about it, so I thought I might as well pick up the series 2 and we'll go with that. So I'm hoping Steve doesn't ruin it in the interim. A couple of others was I wanted to try and get into this, which is Narcos. Love the actor in this. Is it Pascal? This is series 1, so I'll give this a go. If it's any good, then I'll probably buy the box set. This is a strange one from a charity shop, which is Michael Parkinson collection of his greatest interviews. Quite interested. Some of the guests on there have always been quite good. One for the childhood stuff again, the Thin Blue Line. So I love Rowan Atkinson. I think he's a brilliant actor. My son is obsessed with Mr. Bean, the cartoon and the originals, so that's always nice. There is a claim to fame that one of my wife's aunties is in one of the episodes, I think, where they're in the classroom. She's an extra in that, so she always tells me every time it goes on TV that her auntie's in that. But yeah, the complete Thin Blue Line. Good comedy. It will be going with my collection up there of all my childhood stuff, which is getting quite big now, to be fair. One I picked up from the charity shop I'd not heard of. Well, I'd obviously heard of it, but I'd never seen this release before. Is the original Hunchback of Notre Dame. I always try and keep, when people ask me what it is, what I'm missing, or what I need, if I need something for the collection, 9 times out of 10 it's stuff like this where you don't generally see this. If I was to go to a car boot or usually charity shops or even CEX, you always tend to see the same bunch of movies, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So when I see stuff like this, I think I might have even paid up a little bit on this. No, I didn't. No, £2.99 from British Heart Foundation. It's probably worth about a tenner, but it's one of the best examples of Hollywood expertise at work, it says on the back. So that's going into my collection. Another little box set. I didn't pay the price that's on here for this, but Stargate SG1. Now there is, ironically, I went in, this was from a Sue Ryder, so I think they charged me 50p for this. I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And obviously I went to Newark, to one of the charity shops in there a few weeks later, and they literally had boxes and boxes of the different series. So I think if I get into this, I'll probably buy a box set on its of them all if I can, because these are quite big, and I think, like I say, the last count I had was maybe 6 or 7 series, which, imagine all these on a shelf, it would take it completely up. So that's another one. We did a actor as part of one of our shows the other week, which was Clint Eastwood, and just by sheer chance, there was one of the charity, I think one of the CEX, I think it was in Newark, had Unforgiven in. So I really enjoy this film. The cast is massive. You've got Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Richard Harris, just to name a few. I had it on Blu-ray, but I thought, you know what, for something of that magnitude, I wanted to get it on 4K, so I picked that up. Relatively cheap, I think. Another one I picked up at the same place, relatively cheap, is Birds of Prey. It's not my favourite DC movie, but obviously it's Harley Quinn, and you know, everybody in his dog knows I'm a big fan of Margot Robbie. So that was definitely getting purchased. I think that was probably about £6. So there's another one. Another one from Carberry Chris's Whatnot, actually, which is The Incredibles 2. I have a few movies now, only a few. I think Toy Story 2 and 3. I need to get the other two on 4K. The Incredibles are a series that I enjoy watching. The first one was brilliant, so I'm looking forward to watching this in 4K. But that was relatively cheap on Chris's Whatnot, so get on there if you want a chance to win stuff like that, or to, you know, buy stuff like that. Another one for the 4K collection is Dunkirk. Now, I really enjoy this movie. Very cinematic, obviously Christopher Nolan. I wanted to get these sort of movies in 4K because I think this is the sort of stuff that will benefit from having that extra resolution. So that was coming on with me when I saw it. Another one from the days gone by and growing up sort of thing was Acorn Antiques. Now, Victoria Wood is really funny, and I've always been a fan of Dinner Ladies and a few of the other things she's done. So I can't really remember this too much. I know it. I know of it. So I thought I'll pick that up from a charity shop. It's supposed to be the same sort of comedy, so I'm looking forward to that. But again, it's one of those from sort of growing up. I know this is one of my wife's favorite movies, Ink Heart. So I'll pick this one up from a charity shop. Not a lot of money really, probably about 50p. But obviously he's having a resurgence at the minute, Brandon Fraser. So I'm going to try and give that one a go because I don't think I've ever seen it. In one of the charity shops, I picked up The Longest Ride, the most romantic ride of the year, according to the back of it. It is a Region 1, so I will try and find something to play this on. I'm sure I've got something in the house that will do it. But the thing is that when I speak to a lot of these charity shops and they let me have a look at stuff, I didn't want to put this back after I picked it up because obviously they do me a lot of deals over the time, and they knew that I liked the Blu-rays that they have, so I just picked it up with the rest of the stuff that I picked up as well. One of the things I did mention in one of the shows not long ago was I did some trading, or I had some trading from stuff I'd picked up from a charity shop, and I spotted this, which is the Star Trek Enterprise Season 1 to 4. So this is the complete journey. This is in Blu-ray. This is in Blu-ray. So this is going up there. I have Generations. I have Voyager. I have the original series. I have the original movies. I have 1 to 10 movies. So, and obviously I've started Deep Space Nine. So I'm getting my Star Trek collection together. Hopefully I can get around to watching them all, so then I've got something to talk to Steve about, you know. A couple of posts have come through. I'll open this one up now, actually, because I know exactly what it is. This one I have been hanging on for a little while. It came out a few weeks ago, or about a month ago now. And Steve kindly messaged me a few weeks back and said he'd seen it in his local CEX and did I want it, and I'd said to him at the time, no, I'm going to hold on a little bit longer, and it's a good job I did really, because sort of 2 weeks down the line, I had a voucher that I needed to spend, or that I say I needed to spend, I didn't need to spend it, but I'd sort of had my eye on a few things, and it was The Boys Series 3. So obviously I have Series 2 and Series 1. This is massively out there, crazy program. Probably one of the best superhero programs that I've watched in a long time. But every single year, every single time they do a new series, it seems to raise the bar. Many of you who've seen this program, especially the third series, will understand what I mean by that. Especially the superhero party, shall we say. It's just amazing. It really is a great program. So I always look forward to when they come out. I sort of make sure I watch them, and then I make sure that I pick them up as soon as they're available. So I had been hanging on, but it went from £18 to £12 on CEX within the space of a few weeks. So, in fact, the funny story with this is I was going to pick it up in Chester when we were there for £18, and we got to the till and they couldn't find the disc, and they soon realised that what they'd done is given the disc for this one to somebody who picked up Series 2. So Series 2 had Series 3 put in it, and Series 2 disc was still sat there with Series 3 box set, or this set on the side. So yeah, they messed up there, and obviously I didn't manage to pick it up that day. So that was the one I've been sort of hanging around for, and I've managed to pick it up now. So I'm really chuffed with that one. And I'm gonna have this last one now. This is something that I pre-ordered. There's a few people out there that have done pick-up videos for this, and I was kind of hoping that if I pre-ordered it, because they got it from other countries and they got it earlier, if I pre-ordered it, it would be the same set that I was getting, and not sort of one that's in a basic box. Anyway, so this thing turns up the other day, and it's absolutely amazing. I am so amazed by this. It's unbelievable. It's definitely my best 4K to date, and that's saying quite a bit. Is the All Quiet on the Western Front box set. It's obviously a digital what do you call it, digibook. So this thing is gorgeous. I mean, it is really nice. Some nice artwork in there, some nice discs. I am looking forward to watching it in the 4K format. It was, although I saw it later, see, this is it, I saw it this year, but obviously it came out last year. So to say this is one of my favourite films of last year, probably wrong, but it is definitely one of my favourite films of this year. I'm going to try and find something that I can put this in, because I want to make sure it remains as pristine as it was. But yeah, when that turned up the other day, I was really impressed. I think it was released on like the 24th, and then it took about 4 days to deliver it. I just want to check. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, obviously, other than the Rocky, which I picked up quite recently, Rocky 4, it's my favourite one in 4K. I did sit down and watch this, and I watched the Drago version, or the Rocky versus Drago version, which is a lot better than the original. I say a lot better. It cuts out the stuff that you don't need, and gives it a bit more of a story. But that's my favourite one of those. I'd like to have a look at maybe upgrading to some of the Superman next. I think that's probably, I don't know whether to go for the box set, which is about 130 quid, or do I go, because I've already got number one, do I go for them singly? I'm not sure yet, but I'm looking forward to maybe picking them up at some point. But that's pretty much it, I think. Other than that, yeah, that's it. So guys, thank you very much for sticking around. Hopefully I haven't bored you to death with that one. It was quite monotone, but never mind. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check us out on on a Thursday night at 7:15, where me and Steve will go through an actor of the week, and we have our homework that we do every week to watch. So please come in and join in. And obviously we have a bit where we put the link out in the chat, and anybody's welcome to come on if they've got any opinions on stuff we're talking about, or if they've got anything they want to talk about in general around movies and TV. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.